Yes. And what is the date today? Let's see. May 30th. Okay, well, welcome. It's May 30th to our Academy of Higher Consciousness, Fifth Dimensional Academy of Higher Consciousness. We're gonna, for those of you who are new, we're just gonna do a meditation first, and after our meditation, there will be a transmission that everybody will receive, an energy transmission, and then if you have any questions, you're welcome to write it on the chat section, or you can email it to us on the day before, and then we try to answer your questions. Or if something comes up, you just share it with me and we'll see how we can handle that. For the moment, we're going to do a simple, easy meditation. We're going to keep our attention on one point. If it works for you, you can keep your attention here on your third eye or on your heart. And this is not a thinking type of a process, like you have to think about something. You just simply keep your attention on one point. That's all you do. So all the attention comes to this part. And what we're going to do is just do this for one moment. Close your eyes and keep your attention on one point. And breathe naturally, and then I'll guide you through it. Take a deep breath and just relax. Now, as you have your eyes closed, what we're going to do is we're going to speak a language we've never spoken. It's tongue language. It's blah, blah, blah. So it's a way of flushing the mind, emptying your thoughts by simply speaking a language you've never spoken. So there's no thinking involved. So we're going to start doing that. And just let whatever wants to come out to come out. So we start. Abaya gaja gaja jana sana nana wana sana sana jinja wana wadiana kata kata sana wana kata sana na wagaja gaja sana wana wana aya waya wagaja gaja jana sana gaja wada wadiana nana na wadiana wada gaja gaja jana sana sana wadiana wada wadiana wada jana abaya gara wadi 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 wadiana jinja wada wada sana sana wana abaya gara gara gaja gaja wadiana wana gaja jana sana wada 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 wada. Take a deep breath, and you just keep your attention on your third eye. And one more time. Take a deep breath again. You keep your attention on your third eye. And now the next meditation, you just put your hands on your chest area, on your heart area, and simply come to this place within yourself of having gratitude for being here, having gratitude for everything that you have. And instead of having our attention on what we don't have, we keep our attention on having gratitude for having our health, being able to get up in the morning, walk around, make breakfast, to be able to eat, to be able to have the ability to go take a shower and wash your hair and use your hands and arms, and being able to do very simple, basic things in life. Walking, talking, being able to look and see things. All these inheritance that we have received of our health. Being grateful for that in comparison to those who have disabilities and they cannot do the very basic things that we can. So we just want to be very grateful for our health. And if you please repeat after me. I love myself.
I love myself.
I love myself.
I love myself.
I love everybody.
I love everybody.
I forgive myself.
I forgive myself.
I forgive everybody.
I forgive everybody.
Because I'm love.
Because I'm love.
Because I'm light.
Because I'm light.
Because I'm God.
Because I'm God.
That's why I love myself.
That's why I love myself.
And I forgive myself.
And I forgive myself.
Ah. Just simply being in this moment without any agendas, without trying to go anywhere, trying to do anything. You're simply present. You're here right now. Just simply being. And you're spending time with yourself, with your own self, the divine part of you, the presence, your soul, your breath, this presence which is here. And we're grateful for everything that we have. And that starts with our physical and mental health. Being grateful for having a roof over our heads, having a shower, running water, grateful for electricity, being grateful to be able to drive a car or take a public transport to go from one place to another, being grateful to have food in the refrigerator and be able to eat anytime you desire so, and drink anytime you like. Being grateful to be able to go for a walk in the nature. Very basic stuff that we take for granted. Being grateful to be able to laugh, to dance, to express our feelings and emotions, to love one another and to be loved. You keep breathing in and out, and you have your attention on one point. And one more time, if you repeat after me, and as you're repeating after me, I would like you to really mean it what you're saying, and put your story away, whatever is your story. We all have our own story that we may feel we don't love ourselves or we don't accept ourselves. Let's put this story away. It's just a bundle of thoughts. That's all it is. And we want to go beyond that. We want to be thankful and grateful to ourselves. That's where we start. By simply loving ourselves and accepting ourselves. So if you please repeat after me. I love myself.
I love myself.
I love myself.
I love myself.
I love everybody.
I love everybody.
I forgive myself.
I forgive myself.
I forgive everybody.
I forgive everybody.
Because I'm love.
Because I'm love.
Because I'm light.
Because I'm light.
Because I'm God.
Because I'm God.
That's why I love myself.
That's why I love myself.
And I forgive myself.
And I forgive myself.
I say yes to love.
I say yes to love.
Yes to love.
Yes to love.
Yes.
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 Yay. Yes.
Yes.
And now you can imagine that the window, the curtains are opened up and there's light and love is pouring in you. You have opened yourself to love of God, the love of Spirit, and we receive. We receive the light, we receive the love, which is here already. You're simply having your attention on one point. You're not trying to do anything. If you're trying, then you're not there. This is no trying. Simply are here in this moment. And your attention is on one point. And that's it. Just simply you're keeping your attention on one point. But you're not trying to think positively or negatively or whatever, stop your thinking mind, because then you're putting an effort into it. You're simply keeping your attention on one point, and that's it. Slowly, slowly come back. Now you can simply, slowly come back here. Quite often we forget about the very simple and basic way of being, of simply being here right now, without anything, without any agenda of trying to get to somewhere, or necessarily trying to accomplish anything. I mean, of course, doing will happen. We naturally get up and do something, whatever that is. But we forget in this process of our daily life, we forget of our natural state of simply being. That when you are, let's say you're just sitting on a chair and you're looking through the window, you're looking out and you're looking at the trees or flowers or birds or the cars driving by, and you're just sitting and taking a look and observing things. Simply by being in this moment, or whether you may just be sitting here and observing your thoughts, or what is, you look and see what's going on, what kind of thoughts are passing through my mind. You have the ability to do that, to simply look. We do it automatically every day. So if you have the ability of observing the other world, you have the ability of looking at what's passing in front of you. Something is walking in front of you or passing through your vision, which we all have that. And also you have the ability of looking within and observing your thoughts. So you can look at your thoughts. Either you close your eyes or you're just looking. You're just paying attention of what kind of thoughts passing through your thinking. So you have that ability. You can try it right now. You can simply close your eyes and take a look and see what am I thinking about right now? What kind of thoughts are going through my mind? Try it for a moment. Okay. You can come back again. So you have the ability to do that. You have also the ability to look and see how you feel. Well, how do I feel in this moment? So you simply pay attention, which you do it automatically every day, but right now we're doing it consciously. So I feel okay, I feel anxious, I feel impatient, I feel sad, I'm feeling really happy, whatever feeling is going on within you, you observe that and you see that. And then you report it. You report it to yourself or you report it to somebody. Oh, today I feel a little bit depressed. Or today I feel sad. Or today I feel great. So you're capable of knowing a feeling is passing through you. So you're observing this feeling. Simply being able to notice a feeling is passing through you. Same place, same thing. You're simply watching people walking on the street. You're observing it. Or you have done this in so many different ways, observing governments come and go, last prime minister, new prime minister, another one in the future. You have seen countries being dissolved, countries coming together. You have seen the nature, the weather changes, all kinds of stuff that you're observing happening. You're capable of seeing it. Fashion, different kind of fashion has come and gone. It's changing. You can watch change. Things are changing. You're capable of observing it. And the same thing within. You're capable of observing what's going on in your mind. Of course, not every moment you can pay attention of your thoughts because they rapidly pass through. They're quick. But you're able to know what's going on there. You can just simply pay attention to it. So then you have this ability with the meat, your body, the meat. My body, I refer to it. My hand, my head. I can say I have a headache. My head is aching. Or I can say I hurt my wrist. I broke my wrist. I'm referring to this object as something belongs to me. my body. My body. Okay? So I'm referring to it as an object. This body belongs to me. Or when I have a stomach ache, I say my stomach, I have a stomach ache. My stomach hurts. So I'm referring to the object. So I'm able to observe my body. I'm able to observe my emotions because I say my emotions, my feelings. I feel great. I feel horrible. So I'm capable of observing feelings. And I can walk up to you and say, oh, my mind's going crazy. I have so much thoughts in my head. It's just busy, 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 busy. So I'm capable of observing my thoughts because I'm aware of it. So there is a me here, I, me, a presence, a witness, an observer over here that I call it me. I call it Zarathustra. Is here, which is able to observe these objects coming and going. Think of your thoughts as objects. Think of your thoughts as cars passing through on the street. Oops. Sorry. Shishi, honey, can you give me a napkin? I opened up this. I tried to open up my kombucha tea and it's carbonated and the foam started to pop out. God, I made a little mess here. Thanks, honey. Appreciate it. So, sorry about that. So there is this you, this person here, capable of observing things. So think of your thoughts as objects. They come and go because you can see them. You can notice them. And think of your emotions and they come and go through you. You don't always feel angry. You don't always feel sad. You don't always feel anxious. You don't always feel happy. Things come and go. But when things come and go, then who is noticing it? Who's noticing these things that are passing through you internally and things passing in front of you externally? People come in your life and they go, you know? So many times you had great friends, people who were your best friend, and then something happened and now they're gone. Either you had a breakup or your friend got married and moved to another country and they're not with you anymore. So, or you had a lover and you had a great time and then your lover left, or your kids grew up and they left, or you broke up with somebody, or somebody dies. People die all the time. They're here for a short period of time and then they're gone. Things come and go. But you're here. The observer, the ability to observe is here. Everything else is coming and going. You can notice this part of yourself, that you have the ability to simply be aware and simply observe things come and go. So then, if you're able to see these things come and go, then are you these things? Are you your thoughts? Are you your thinking mind? To some of you, this may be very new and it's a challenge. But I want you to pay attention to this because this is very important. This is very important because it's the deal maker or breaker. As far as it's the realization, if you can realize this, if you can pay attention to this part and you really get it, this is the difference between suffering or becoming free. This very part that I'm sharing with you right now. This is the border. This is where you can become completely free in your life, or you can stay in this wheel of karma, wheel of reincarnation, which it has a lot of ups and downs and suffering with it, because you go up and down all the time. You have a lot of ups and downs. You feel great and you feel really bad. You're happy and then you get some bad news and you're sad. Things go your way and life is great, and things fall apart and life becomes miserable. And that's your cycle. It's a yo-yo. And you're looking for a way out of this. You want to become free. So you're not going up and down all the time. That's what you're looking for, because you want to be happy. You're looking for happiness. But in this quest for happiness, we think happiness is an external thing. We think happiness is something that we can get. We're looking for happiness all the time. We're looking for peace of mind, inner peace. I'm using different words, but you can't get to it. You've been chasing it all your life, but you don't get to it. There's always a couple steps ahead of you. No matter how much you chase it, you get it, and it gives you satisfaction for a very short period of time, and then you lose it. And then it brings misery, suffering. You get the object of your desire, but then you get bored of it, or you can't hang on to it, and it disappears. You finally met, for example, I'm using different examples. You finally met your soulmate. You finally met that person that you thought is the one. And it's amazing for a period of time. And then it ends. And quite often it brings misery afterwards. Or you finally got the job you wanted. Or you finally bought the house you wanted. Whatever that you think is going to make you happy, you finally get it. But then you lose it. It goes away, or it ends, or it brings, you're no longer happy with it. Because that object that you reached, it brought this temporary happiness, satisfaction, but it's an object, And your satisfaction is also an object. Your happiness is not real. The happiness you're looking for in this life is not real. That's why it doesn't last very long. It's short term. You can examine this for yourself. What you're looking for is that which is always here, permanently. You want to be permanently happy, always happy, not just short term. Not something that comes and goes. You want it to be here all the time. And for that, you have to unclutch and disconnect, switch your way of looking, which you're looking for something outside of yourself, whether it's a thought or it's emotion, and it's still outside of you. So what we need to do is we need to turn the mind inwards. We have to bring the attention, our attention, instead of being on an object which comes and goes, we're changing our intention inwards, or into which something is always here. And what is that is always here is your sense of being. I am the presence of being, the sense that you are. You had this sense that you are when you were 5 years old, 10 years old. Then, you start growing, you go through puberty, your hormones change, you're becoming, slowly going to adulthood, but you know that you are. Then, you go to your 20s, you know that you are. Then you go, you get older, you're thinking about marriage and children, but you know that you are. I am is always here. You start growing up, you may go through ups and downs, you may go through breakups, heartbreak. It doesn't matter. You still have this sense that you are. The sense of I am, knowing that you are here, whether you feel great or you feel really bad. You're really heartbroken. You're broken, completely heartbroken. But you still have this sense of I am. That sense did not change. Does not change. Now you're getting older. And your body starts to break down. And you're coming to the end of your life. But the sense of I am is still here. Doesn't matter what happened. You can go through an economical collapse. You lost all of your money, you lost your home, you have to go live with friends, you're really down financially. But you still have a sense of I am. You still know that you are. That I am doesn't change. That ability to observe, that you can observe, changes. It didn't change. You always have this ability of observing, of knowing. You can always, no matter what happens, how heartbroken you are, you're still aware that you're heartbroken. The awareness did not change. The ability to be aware. Now here's your mistake. This is your shortcoming, which majority of people on the planet are doing this, and majority of people in spiritual community, sincere spiritual seekers, people who are doing the work, 99.99% of them are making the same mistake over and over again and wondering why they are still suffering. Is because, you want me to share this with you? If you do, raise your hand. I want to make sure you're here. Right. Your attention is, you want to feel good. Your attention is, you're trying to become happy. You're trying to be satisfied. So your attention is on the wrong place. You're trying for a feeling. You're looking for a feeling good. Now, I'm going to get this coffee and drink it. And then I'm going to eat some strawberries. And then I'll eat some ice cream. It makes me feel good. Or I find the object of my desire. I find the girl, the woman I'm very attracted to. And finally I find her, I'm holding her in my arms. I'm kissing her. I'm embracing her. It makes me feel good. I finally bought the car I want. Wow, I'm driving this fancy car. It makes me feel good. But all of them, they come and go. They don't last. So you have the car you love, and then the car breaks down. Or you get in an accident. Or you found the object. I found my beloved. Everything is great. Everything's perfect. Everything is peaches and cream. But then she finds someone else she likes more, and she leaves me. And then what happens? There's a gap inside me. I crash. I'm empty now because half of me is gone. And I'm crashed. Because I'm projecting my happiness on something that is going to make me happy. It's an object. Same thing. I'm projecting my happiness on feeling good. Feelings come and go. If you're projecting your satisfaction on a feeling, then when a feeling comes, an anxiety comes or fear comes, now you really believe that is who you are. You think you are your anxiety and your fear. So now you really believe that, and that's who you are then, because that's what you think you are. And that's what you've been conditioned to believe all your life. You've been told, you've been conditioned to believe that you're your thoughts. That's your idea of who you are, your thoughts, or your emotions, how you feel. You think you are that. And this is your shortcoming. Or you think you're the meat. You think you're this meat. So if this dies, you're going to die. You think you can die with this dies. Because that's who you think you are. So you're going to suffer because this will die. I guarantee that. In 50 years from now, 100 years from now, none of us will be here anymore. I promise you, you will all die. I guarantee that. Including this boy here. This body is going to go. But am I going to go? Is the sense of I am, the observer, this presence, is this going to go anywhere? Is it destructible? Can you destroy that? Can we destroy the sense of I am? Can we destroy the observer, the one that is observing thoughts passing through, emotions come and go, and it's observing the meat? Is that part, can that part die? Can that part be destructible? And my realization is no. The sense of I am, the presence, is here. It's always been here. It never goes anywhere. It's just our attention is on the wrong place. Because we've been conditioned and hypnotized from childhood to really believe that we are this object. We're the meat. I'm the meat. I'm my thoughts and I'm my emotions. That's who I am. That's my belief. And everybody else will verify that. So you don't have a way of knowing who you are, because the entire existence, the entire planet, or human beings, majority of them are hypnotized to believe that they are the object, they're this. This is who I am. You really believe that. And because you haven't been told the truth of who you are. So since you are putting your attention on the wrong identification, you identify with the wrong thing. And then you suffer. Your suffering becomes real. Until you switch your attention. The attention turns around and goes to one-pointedness. You bring your attention on that part of yourself, this part, which is the being, I am, the observer. And then you will see that this part, it doesn't have any ups and downs. You will, by putting your attention on the observer, your ability, that part of you that is observing, not what's being observed. Not how you feel, oh, I feel great, I feel sad, I feel da 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 da. No, not on the feelings, not on the thoughts. On the part that is able to see the thoughts. On the part that is able to notice the emotions. On the part that is able to observe the meat. You're looking at the meat, the body. And the body has its ups and downs. It's tired, it's up, it reacts. You can manipulate it, it gets hungry, it gets sick, it can put on weight, it can lose weight, but you're aware of it. Your sense of awareness doesn't change. So bring your attention on that part. Bring your attention on the part that you have the ability to observe, but not what's being observed. This is very important. I hope you pay attention, because this is the very place that it will help you to become free forever, not just free for a minute or two, really become free from the cycle of the reincarnation. It will completely make you free. If your attention is switched and you recognize, and your attention is on the I am, I'm the observer, the real me. I can observe my thoughts. They pass through. And I can observe my emotions. Now, what happens when you're doing that? I'm going to give you a tool that you can free yourself from. Let's say you wake up in the morning, or you get a phone call. We finish up here and you get a phone call. And somebody you love calls you and gives you some bad news. All of a sudden you get these anxieties because you got bad news. So you simply tell yourself, you're the observer, you know who you are. You're simply telling yourself, anxiety is here. Anxiety is visiting me. Anxiety is passing through. You are aware. You know you're the awareness. You know you're the observer. You're watching anxiety passing is here. You're feeling the anxiety. You're feeling the fear. You're feeling it. We're not talking about becoming numb. We're talking about I am the observer, is here, is able to observe something, is passing through it. So now anxiety is passing through you, and you're watching it, and you're feeling it, but you are not it. You are not anxiety. You're that which is aware of anxiety coming and going. Now you've switched. You have changed. You have put your attention on the observer, not what is being observed. Your mind's busy, you have a lot of thoughts. Okay, you're simply aware that there is a lot of thoughts. You're simply aware there are a lot of thoughts, but they're not yours. They're passing through your head. If they were yours, you could choose what you want to think, and you would be thinking of good stuff all the time. But you can't, because you get all these crazy thoughts. You get these thoughts that you're not good enough. You get these thoughts that you're not loved. You get these thoughts that you're not attractive. You get all kinds of thoughts. So they're not your thoughts. If they were your thoughts, you could manipulate them. So they're always angelic and thoughts of love and light and da. But you can't do it. If you could, you would. But you can't. As simple as that. Why? Because your thoughts are not yours to play with. They come and go. You simply are aware of your thoughts passing through your head. That's all. Because now your attention is not on the content of what you're thinking. Oh, I shouldn't be thinking this. I should be thinking that. Now you're not engaged with your thoughts. Now you're simply your attention on the observer. The fact that you can observe thoughts. You can be aware of your emotions. And that is a major difference. The fact that you can observe your insecurities. Your thoughts comes that you're not good enough to do something. You're not capable of doing this job. You're not good enough for this man. You're not good enough for this woman. You're not blah, blah, blah. You think, the thought comes that, oh, I can't really own my own business. I can't really do what I really love to do. So I'm gonna work in an insurance company, or I'm gonna be working for someone else, hating what I'm doing because I can't really do what I love to do. It's another thought passing through your mind. So now we're switching our attention. I'm putting my attention on this part, that I'm an observer. I went to the movies, I'm in the cinema, and I'm watching a movie. So I'm not the character in the movie. Okay, there's like Brad Pitt with Angelina, they're acting. I'm not the characters in the movie. I'm the one who's watching the movie. For 2 hours, I get really sucked into it and I identify with it. But then when the movie ends, the light comes on, what do? I walk out of the movie and I'm back into my own life. So I was watching a movie, or I was watching television. Same thing. You're watching your thoughts, you're watching emotions. You're simply an observer of all of it. You're observing, but you're not it. And by understanding this, by bringing your attention on your part of the observer, the mind starts to turn inwards. The mind starts, its attention goes to the one-pointedness. And simply you start to realize you're free. You come to freedom because you disengage from a lifetime of believing that you're your thoughts, you're your emotion, and you're the body. Now the attention goes to the observer, that which is aware of him, but it's not it. And as you're doing that, you start to see that there is a constant, in a very subtle way, a continuously a current of a feeling of bliss. Nothing, not that it comes and goes. I'm not talking about things come and go. This is a continuously there. Is a feeling of bliss is always there, continuously. It's subtle, but it's there all the time. And the more you notice this part of yourself, the more your life becomes vibrant and juicy and alive. And the more you become in touch with your inner child, this playful part of yourself, because you have learned how to disengage yourself from the world of thoughts and emotions. We're not talking about numbing yourself. We've done that, all of us. We're talking about noticing that the thoughts and emotions and the body are not real. They come and they go. And that's not who you are. Your attention is coming towards that part of yourself which is always here, which is free, and there's no suffering there. Because the observer does not suffer. The observer is simply aware of some emotional ups and downs, but the observer is simply the observer. Everything that has happened in your life, every suffering that has happened, when you come to this realization, you realize it never really happened to you. It's impossible. If you recognize who you are, it's impossible for you to suffer. It's impossible to have ups and downs. Ups and downs happen to the body mechanism, to the mind and the body. Your mind can have ups and downs, but not you. Not the observer. The observer always remains the observer. The observer has no ups and downs. Your ability to witness, your ability to know, your ability, that part, the ability to witness always remains the same. It never changes. Do you understand what I'm saying? Does this make sense? I always refer to this. I always go through this. I speak about silence, which everything is the same. But this is very important because, and if you really watch this video later on and try to really pay attention and try to understand what I'm saying, because I'm really giving you the pearls today. This is the pearls to freedom. This is the key to become free. If you want to free yourself from ups and downs of this emotional up and down and suffering, is you need to bring your attention to that part of yourself, which is the real you, that is not involved with anything that is coming and going. And what's coming and going is your thoughts come and go, and your emotions come and go, and your body comes and goes. It changes. So you don't identify with any of these three. You recognize that you're not your thinking, your thoughts. You're not it, because you can watch your thoughts. You can see what you feel, and you're not your feelings because you are watching your feelings. And you're not the meat because the meat is changing all the time. So then what are you? Then who are you? Who are you if you're not any of these three? I would like you to investigate that for yourself. Who am I? If I'm not my thoughts, all my life I'm thinking of a character that I am. And if I'm not that, because it's a bundle of thoughts going through my mind, and if I'm not these feelings that I get all the time because they come and go, and if I'm not my body, then who am I really? And in that, you may discover the most amazing gift of your life. In that discovery, you may realize why you have incarnated in this life, why you're here. You may discover the purpose. Ah, wow, that's why I came back. For this. This is what I've been looking for. The truth of who I am. And I had to go through all these ups and downs and all these events and dramas and fears and heartbreaks and loss and everything, traumatic, whatever, to come to this part, to come to this treasure. And then your real life begins from there. From that moment on, your real life starts. Because that's where the juice is. That's where the force is recognizing who you are, and then you tap into your inner child, and the playfulness begins. Because when you realize who you are, your attention comes to this part, then the other world, with all of its craziness, right? And we all agree, the world is crazy, all this stuff happening. Yeah, it's got a lot of beautiful stuff in it, and it's got a lot of screwed up things in it too. And then you just see the circus of the world, but your attention is not on the world, because you're not looking for peace in the world. You have found peace within yourself. Your attention is the I am. Your attention is on the witness. You're the witness, witnessing. The observer.
Question, what is intuition?
I'm going to take a look at the questions. Okay. One question. What is intuition? Intuition. Okay, we have a question here. What is intuition? So let me see, how do I answer this question? Yeah, this place when you really sink, you sink here, you're at this place. And there is this knowing which is there. You simply know. Simply knowing, which is not an intellectual knowing. It's not something that you read in a book or your teacher taught you or somebody, your parents or anyone tells you. You just know. We had this from childhood, this ability of knowing. And then the more you tune into it, this ability, you trust this more and more. That's what the intuition is. pure knowing. You just know. That's it. Do we have any other questions?
Yeah, Lori wants to know about her friend who is a light worker that she feels guilty, wanting to go to things, but she feels kind of energetically manipulated and struggles with those feelings.
Do you wanna read that to everybody so everybody can hear it?
I can't really minimize that screen, so
You can what?
I can't minimize the screen while I'm recording. So let me find it on my phone.
Okay. So we have a question here. All right, somebody is asking that, okay, go over it one more time. I just want to make sure I get it right. Huh?
So, Lori feels she has a friend. I'm now trusting and loving myself more than I ever have. There are times I'm afraid to say no to my spiritual friend who has really grown me up and shown me unconditional love. I've gone to her for advice on almost everything I've done and thought about in life for about 10 years. She is an awesome light worker, so why do I feel obligated and actually afraid that if I decline an invite, she will talk me into going anyway? Because of a higher vibration, I have felt like I've been manipulated by the energy in different situations.
Okay, I got it. Did you hear the question? Yes, no? Yes, you heard the question?
I don't have my mic on because
you don't have your mic on. Right. Okay, there's a question here that one of our members is asking that she goes to a spiritual teacher friend, and she's been going to this friend for past 10 years. But now she kind of feels she can't say no when her friend invites her to an event or want to give her advice, and she feels she has to say yes, but she's having some resentments. So she feels like she gets manipulated, getting pulled back into it. Is she with us here? Yeah? Well, let's unmute her.
Oh, her name's Lori.
Yeah, let's unmute her and then we talk about this. Did you find her?
I'm trying to find her. Hi, Lori.
Hi.
Thank you for your question.
Okay.
Right. Do you want to tell us a little bit more?
A little bit more would be just through the growth.
Or just if you ask me your question so everybody else hears it, so everyone can benefit from the answer.
Okay, so the question, it's more about feeling guilty or feeling obligated to someone that has helped you so much, and this friend is an amazing light worker, an energy worker, and it's like a feeling of obligation. And there's times when I want to say no, it's not going to work out for me, but then feeling like I'm almost manipulated, and maybe not, it's not intentional on her part, but it's like then a resentment of, well, shoot, that happened again.
Right.
So feeling obligated to the one that I feel really helped me a lot in life past 10 years. Yeah.
Right. Do you feel like you have outgrown her teachings? Do you feel like you've graduated?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So when you were in high school, you finished the high school, and no matter how much you liked it, do you feel like you have to go back there to keep your teacher happy?
Oh, okay.
Right.
No. Yeah.
Right.
No.
Okay. So
yeah.
Yeah, we're grateful of our spiritual teachers, but we reach a place that we graduate, and and it's time to say thank you to them and move on and go our own ways, because they gave us what they could.
Ah, okay.
Right. So, sometimes I may still go to a satsang if I come across and I know there's a spiritual teacher that I like, I may go there and sit with them and listen to their discourse and enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
But then it's a different story, because you're not their disciple, or you're not looking for anything, but you're simply enjoying their presence and listening to them, but you don't need it anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Is there anything anybody has to say? Share? No? And also another thing is I wanted to share with you, which aligns with the talk today we had. So, okay, let's say there's this thought. I mean, you can honestly share with her where you're at. I mean, that's one way. Or you also can look at this, that a feeling of obligation comes. And you can simply acknowledge the feeling. I feel obligated. Or I feel afraid. There's fear coming. So you're simply seeing that this feeling of obligation comes, that with it comes the feeling of fear. Because ultimately it's the fear of saying no.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And the fear of saying no, or the fear of you may be rejected later, whatever, it doesn't matter. It's fear related. So you're simply aware that the fear comes. The sense of obligation is arrived, and then the fear comes that, oh, it's bad, I need to go. So you simply acknowledge and you say, okay, this feeling is here. You're observing the feeling, and then you stay with it. You don't react. You simply stay still. And then the feeling goes away. So next time when she does invite you to something, you can use that opportunity to practice what you learned today.
Mm-hmm.
And you remember you're the observer. Now there is this feeling of obligations have come, and you're just observing it, and you acknowledge that the feeling of obligation is here, so you're watching it, and then the feeling goes away, and then maybe the feeling of fear comes, and you're observing that, and that goes away, and then maybe a thought comes and says, oh, maybe you're missing something. Maybe your mind comes and says, well, if you don't go there, everybody's going to get it, and you're going to miss out. A thought comes, and you're just seeing that too. You're observing that thought. Interesting. And you just don't react to it. And that one goes away too. And what remains is the observer.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
You can do this with all this stuff that they're doing these days in the media, with all these fears that they're pumping into the media continuously to get you into your head, to bring you into this place of anxiety, a lot of thoughts, a lot of fears, uncertainty, what's going to happen in the world, what's going to happen to me, where is this world going? You can simply be aware and be observing when you're watching, you're turning to the news, and there's always, nowadays, every week, there is some kind of terrorist attack or some kind of murder or killing or whatever is going on. And you're simply, when this fear or anxiety rises inside you, you're simply aware of it and you acknowledge it. You say, anxiety, fear, worriness is here, is visiting me. You have changed your language. You have changed your relationship. Instead of saying, oh my God, I'm so afraid, I'm so much in anxiety, you are feeling that, but you're not saying that's who you are. You're not saying I'm in anxiety. You're saying anxiety is here visiting me, and you're feeling it. We're not talking about repressing your feelings. We're speaking about experiencing it. It's okay, but you're not it. And then they have no power over you. They pass through. Same way that a cloud cannot always stay in the sky. It passes through or it dissolves. And the blue sky is always blue. And the more you make that your practice, you bring your attention on the I am. You're bringing your attention on the observer of who you are, the one who is simply aware and observing. Then everything passes through you. Nothing can stick to you. And you start to see that you're free. Do we have any other messages? Miss Shishi? No. No? Yes.
Comments.
Okay.
It's lovely.
Yeah. Well, it's pleasure to be with you again. Nice to see you all. Trisha?
Yeah.
Yeah? Did you get that job?
No, I haven't got an answer yet.
Yeah, I haven't got an answer. Okay. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
This past weekend, I went to a great music festival. It's called Lightning in a Bottle. And it was really fun. I went with a good friend of mine, Evan, he does sound vibrational therapy. So we were just going from one, there are all these different art installations with all these stages, and the music was fantastic. And so we were just having so much fun. Dancing till 6 or 7 in the morning. 3 nights in a row. Every time we got home, it was like, to our tent, it was like sunrise, 7 in the morning, 8 in the morning. But we were lucky because the place there's a beautiful lake by it, which didn't exist. The lake wasn't there last year. And this year it rained so much in California that there's a lake next to this festival. So it was great because you're dancing all night, and then in the morning you can just go jump in the lake and swim, and the water was really nice. So we had a lot of fun. I posted a few photos on Facebook. So that was fun. So it's nice to see you all. And our next webinar is next Tuesday, right? No. No, I can't do Tuesday because I'm teaching the level 1 and 2, the 5th dimensional quantum healing. I have this healing training course starting on Friday afternoon in Los Angeles at Gale's Ranch. I'm going to be teaching the level 1. I think there's a few of you joining me. And then that's going to be Friday afternoon starts, and Saturday, Sunday is level 1, and then level 2 is going to be on Monday and Tuesday. 5th dimensional quantum healing training, which a lot of it is also emphasized, besides learning the healing modality, is about learning how to be in this place and bringing the attention of the sense of I am instead of being involved with what is going on outside. Finding inner peace, finding our own center. So the training its foundation is on that, of coming back home to the center of ourselves. So that's what's going on.
So you do it Wednesday or Thursday?
How about we do Thursday? Yeah. So next week, we're going to be doing it on Thursday. Just letting you know, we'll post it. It's nice to see you all. And anything about Ore? Are we sold out on Ore, Shishi? I think we have 2 or 3 more rooms. It's double rooms. We still have 3 spots left in Ore for the retreat that I'm offering from July 4th to July 12th. So I'm just putting that out. We're almost sold out. It's nice to see you all. I look forward to seeing you next Thursday. Sending you lots of love. Namaste.
Namaste.